Hello everyone, this is Anurag and you're watching Educurve. Welcome to our series on human behavior. Today, I'll tell you about a bias in humans which is important yet dangerous at the same time. This is what you really know. This is what you think you know. And this is your overconfidence. Don't worry, it's not just you. It's all of us, humans. David Dunning and Justin Kruger recruited 194 students to take some logic and grammar tests and then asked them to predict how they did in comparison to their peers. It turns out that the participants were poor judges of performance and they systematically overestimated their abilities. In the grammar test, on average, they estimated that they are in the top 32 group. That means everybody lies among top 1/3 of all the students. What's more surprising was that the weakest students said that they lie among top 39. This stark contrast between the reality and their assumptions clearly show us the inherent overconfidence in all of us. This effect happens in many of our abilities including love, generosity, skills, predictions, etc. In surveys, 84% of Frenchmen estimate that they are above average lovers. And I firmly believe that this estimate would not vary a lot in other countries as well. In 1981, Ola Svensson, a psychologist at the University of Stockholm, found that 88% of drivers believed that they were safer than average. The bias even affects the very people who should be aware of it. In 1977, a study conducted by K. Patricia Cross found that more than 90% of academics at the University of Nebraska thought that they were better than average at teaching. Paul Slovic, professor of psychology, investigated the problem of more data at the University of Oregon. In an experiment, he gave different amounts of data to professional horse racing handicap setters who are handicapped and bet on horses. So these participants had to predict the outcomes of the race and tell how confident they were. They were given different levels of data, say 5, 10, 20, 30 or 40 variables, and then were asked to predict the outcome and their confidence in the answer. It turned out that their accuracy was the same no matter how many variables they used, but their confidence kept increasing as they had access to more levels of data. Their accuracy was the most with minimum number of variables, that is 5 variables, and their confidence was also in line when they had access to 5 variables. The situation got worse with 40 variables where the confidence was much more but the accuracy was poor. You will be surprised to know that experts suffer even more from the overconfidence effect than the lay people do. If asked to forecast oil prices in 5 years' time, an economics professor would not do better than you or me. However, the professor will be much more confident in his estimate as opposed to us. This is certainly not the exhaustive list, and we are overconfident in many more areas. On the positive side, overconfidence can be good and it is even rewarded everywhere. Say in a company, you say that you are not sure if you can do the task or not, but your friends say that he is sure and he can do it, then he would be the one getting the chance, even if you knew more than him and were more likely to achieve the results. But this is our weakness. We cannot figure out how much competence is backed by the confidence that the person is showing. However, many times we feel that we are different. So even if others are facing this, we feel that we won't. But you have to be cautious of this. You have to take the averages into consideration. In our next series, we will see how outcomes are dependent on both our abilities and also many outside factors which are not under our control. And also, we should not take more and more data just because we can. Instead, we must spend our time not only in choosing the datasets but also in deciding which ones to ignore. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching and never forget to take others' perspective.